What's up, guys? Today I'm going to review Tifa's new Anniversary Limit Break banner. So let's take a look. This banner has a costume and a weapon, just like the previous 3 Anniversary banners. Let's take a look at Tifa's weapon first. So Tifa's weapon is called Bahamut Fangs. And this weapon is a single target magic non-elemental damage weapon. It does good damage, but not amazing actually. So it does 1100% at OB10. The reason I say it's good is, well, because it is good, but it's not amazing because, you know, we can look at other weapons. Let's compare it to even Tifa's own weapon. Tifa's Power Soul at OB10 does 900%, you know, so it's about 20% stronger than Power Soul, which is good, but Power Soul is a really old weapon, and it's a non-limited weapon, so her Bahamut Fangs doesn't do that amazing damage. But it does do other things, so let's get into that. So on the first cast, it means the first time you use Bahamut Fangs, Tifa will be hasted, so that's really good. Just like Cloud's Limit Break weapon, Anniversary Limit Break weapon. And also, every time you cast this, Tifa will increase the magic attack of all allies. So this this is really strong, and she's gonna increase the magic attack of all allies. It goes from mid to high. So this is really good if you're using like a team with 2 DPS, but it's still good even if Tifa is the only DPS on her team. Or maybe you're using Tifa as a support. So maybe you only have 1 DPS on your team. Then this is still good because magic attack up high is a nice buff. There are several weapons that can do it, but it's just nice to have it on Tifa because that means your other party members can bring another weapon instead of trying to bring magic attack up. So yeah, it's nice. Other than that, yeah, if we're just looking at the C ability, I think it's good. It's not OP, it's not very strong or anything, but it's good. It's good. Just, you know, it does good damage. You know, it has a haste, and it does give you some utility that really relieves the burden from other party members. When are you going to use this? Well, first, obviously, you want to use this if you need non-elemental magic damage or non-elemental damage in general. This will be a good option for you. But Bahamut Fangs is also good as to complement Tifa's other builds. Like, so, you know, Tifa can use 2 weapons, right? So one weapon she can hold Bahamut Fangs, and another weapon she can hold something like Shell Knuckles. So Shell Knuckles does, you know, a lot of fire damage. The problem with Tifa's magic build right now is she doesn't really have a good offhand weapon for Shell Knuckles. I mean, she has okay ones, like her best one would be Power Soul, which gives HP and magic ability potency. But sometimes you don't really need HP, sometimes. Then you can go for more damage, which is where Bahamut Fangs really comes into play. Bahamut Fangs has 2 offensive R abilities. You know, I didn't talk about those yet, but boost magic attack to all allies and boost magic ability potency. Both of these are going to increase Tifa's damage, right? Where if you use Power Soul only has 1 damage R ability. So Bahamut Fangs is going to be a really nice weapon for any magic Tifa build. You know, if you're using Tifa for her bunny gloves, right? Some parts of the Fangs are wasted because Bunny Gloves does, you know, a lot of water damage, but Bunny Gloves also increases Tifa's magic attack. You know, so Bahamut Knuckles increasing magic attack, it's kind of wasted with Bunny Gloves. But it is an option if you don't have anything better. And when I say you don't have anything better, actually Feathered Gloves is the better pairing with Bunny Gloves. So yeah, these 2 are paired together nicely, but, you know, I'm just saying, if you don't have Feathered Gloves at high over boosts, then you can use Bahamut Fangs with that. And the last weapon you could use Tifa's weapon with is, it's a limited weapon, so you might not have it, but you might. It is Tifa's Lightning Magic Gloves. Curing Gloves right here, but it has the same problem with Bunny Gloves in that Curing Gloves also increases Tifa's magic attack, so her Bahamut Gloves is not the best pairing, but it, again, it can work. Ideally, you do want to pair Curing Gloves with Crystal Gloves. Crystal Gloves is going to give a lot of HP and lightning potency, but again, the option is there, and it's not a bad option, especially because Bahamut Gloves is not only giving magic attack, right? It's also giving 2 damage R abilities, and it's also giving haste. So really a versatile weapon as a main damage weapon, and also as an offhand weapon to support Tifa's other magic builds. Other than that, these gloves can also be used on like healer Tifa. Like if you want, Tifa can be a healer. She has her lifeguard wraps, so you can have Tifa be a healer, and then at the same time Tifa can boost the magic attack of her entire team, right? So you can boost the magic attack of your magic DPS character. So you can use Bahamut Fangs as like a support kind of weapon for Tifa. And then same as maybe you want to use Tifa as a buff debuffer, which she used to be really good at. She's not that good at it anymore, but she can still do it. And then this is an option for that as well. And one more thing interesting about Bahamut Fangs is, I talked about it at OB10. It does 1,100% magic non-elemental damage. That's, it's good, but not great, right? But actually, if we look at it at OB6, it already does 1,000. So what I'm trying to say is you don't really need OB10 because OB10 only gives you 10% more damage, right? 100%, which is 10% more damage. It's not that great of a boost, so you can actually get away with OB6. Most of the power is in OB6, but of course you do get some power at OB10, right? You get 100% extra magic non-elemental damage, and also the R abilities do go up. And an important one is, at OB6, boost magic attack to all allies 40 points means you have it at level 5, but if you get it to OB10, you'll have 46 points, which will get it to level 6. So you are still getting a power boost, but most of the power is in OB6. We can look at OB1, 600. Even 600 is okay. I don't know what it does at OB1. Let's see. Probably in the middle. So right now, OB0, 600. OB1, 1000. Maybe what's the average? 800 then. Maybe it does 700 or 800% at OB1. That's pretty good, especially for an OB1 weapon. But I think you'll get the most value at OB6 because at OB6, the magic attack can go to high potency, but if you're not OB6, the magic attack stays at mid potency. Yeah, that's basically all I want to say about Tifa's weapon. So to summarize again, it's a good DPS weapon. It's also a good like offhand weapon, and it's also a good sub weapon. It's actually one of the best sub weapons for boost magic attack, right? Because you can put on any magic DPS, they will get a lot of magic ability potency, and then they will increase their magic attack even further, because it's pretty easy to boost. It's pretty easy to max your magic attack R ability. So boost magic attack to all allies is a separate R ability that you can put on your DPS to increase their damage even further. So this is just going to be a great main hand weapon. It's going to be a great offhand weapon, and it's going to be a great sub weapon. So really good utility all around. It works on DPS Tifa, it works on healer Tifa, it works on buff debuff Tifa, right? You can basically use this anytime in almost any fight that has magic. Any fight that is magic based, you're going to use this. You're most likely going to use this on somebody. So really good weapon. Okay, and then let's go on to her costume. Her costume is called Bahamut Suit. It has the boost attack to all allies. This is the same R ability as all the other Bahamut costumes. Cloud, Yuffie, and Aerith, they all have this. So not much to say about it, but it is a good R ability. It's that's all I have to say. Like it's good, and it's always good. So I really do like this R ability. Really nice. Nothing bad to say about it. Then Tifa does have a new R ability here called Bahamut's Whisper. This gives magic attack plus 10. Which is really good because if we compare her to like the previous banners, like we compare her to Cloud's costume gives physical attack plus 5, right? Tifa gives magic attack plus 10, so it's even stronger. Hers is even stronger than Cloud's costume, you know, in magic form, of course, but it is stronger. And then the second part is similar. When she is basically magic ability potency plus 10%. Yeah. So if we do some rough math, not quite exact math, we do some rough math, you can say this costume is giving Tifa 10 plus 10 plus 5. So 10 plus 10 plus 5, 25% magic damage. It's a 25% magic damage costume, which is pretty good. 25%. Arcanums give 35%, so it's not that much weaker than an Arcanum. But the advantage here is that you can use Tifa's costume for many different setups, right? You can use Tifa's costume to boost her non-elemental magic damage with Bahamut Fangs, or maybe you're using her Power Soul. You can use that. You can use her costume for Shell Knuckles to do fire magic damage, and you know, again, her costume works there. You can use her costume for Bunny Gloves, water damage. It's going to work there too. And then last is I talked about it before, is the limited weapon, her Kieran Gloves. If you have Kieran Gloves, you can also use her Bahamut costume with Kieran Gloves. So this costume is, you know, working in a lot of different builds for Tifa, her magic builds. Yeah, so really solid costume. Of course, this costume is less useful if you have her Water Arcanum, right? Or if you have her Fire Arcanum, then you know those will be better than her Bahamut Suit. So Bahamut Suit is more if you don't have her Water Arcanum, if you don't have her Fire Arcanum, if you don't have her Lightning Arcanum, then Bahamut Suit is going to give you a lot of value. But if you do, then I don't really think you really don't need her Bahamut Suit if you do already have her other Arcanums. And I think the last thing to talk about, it's not here, where is it? Is there is a new ultimate weapon. Let's see. I'm not sure where to look at it. Okay, right here. There's a new ultimate weapon for Cait Sith called HP Shout. You have two uses, just like Sephiroth's ultimate weapon. This does 1,000 damage when, you know, when not much damage. This is not here for damage. This applies haste to your entire team. Okay, so that is just amazing. Amazing for any build. Anytime you want to use Cait Sith, this is going to be amazing. There's never a bad time for your team to have haste. You know, if you use Cait Sith as your DPS, he's not really a DPS, but he can be with the yellow megaphone, then, you know, you can haste himself and his team. That's great. If you use Cait Sith as your, you know, buff debuffer, which that's his main role right now, then hasting his allies is of course great. You can, you know, your healer can heal more, your DPS can do more damage. Yeah, and that's great. And then the R abilities complement Cait Sith perfectly as well. So buff debuff extension, right? I said Cait Sith's main role is to be a buff debuffer, so having 20 points is great. And interruption ATB boost, we can read that it's 25 points, so the max. All allies will gain 2 ATB when interrupting an enemy. So this is like, it's kind of like a haste. Every time you interrupt the enemy, which means every time you break the sigils of an enemy, you will haste your party. I mean, it's not, I mean, sorry, you're going to give 2 ATB to your party, which again is like a haste. So that's really good. But it's actually not as good as it sounds, because the thing is, when you interrupt an enemy, your team naturally gains ATB really fast. So it's possible that you might just max your ATB out and you might waste it. Like you might waste if you're not fast enough to control or if you're not good at managing your team's ATB, you might actually waste this. But the potential is definitely there, and the synergy with this is definitely there. So I really like this ultimate weapon. The only problem with this ultimate weapon, I think, is well, it doesn't work too well when Cait Sith is a DPS. I mean, the C ability, yes, but buff debuff extension is not that useful when Cait is you know, using his yellow megaphone build. That's about it. The synergy is not there for DPS, but if you're using Cait Sith as a buff debuffer, this is just a perfect weapon. Nothing bad to say about it. If you use Cait Sith as a buff debuffer, which he should be in most parties. The only bad thing is though, Cait Sith as a character, I don't think Cait Sith is very good right now. I think he's one of the worst characters right now. So that's the only bad thing about this weapon. Which it's not really bad. It's not really you can't really blame the weapon. I'm blaming the character of Cait Sith. Cait Sith is not good, but this weapon is amazing. So yeah. But if if you had to choose, because right now you get on the banner. I don't know where they say it. On the banner, you get anniversary gems. I don't know where it is, but you get anniversary gems, and you can right here. Every time you draw, you get 10 anniversary gems, and you can use 300 of those anniversary gems to get the megaphone, or you can use them to get Sephiroth's ultimate weapon. And if I had to choose, I would prefer Sephiroth, but it really is up to you in which characters you like more. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Tifa's Limit Break Anniversary banner. Really solid weapon, solid costume. Costume really depends on your Arcanums, but both are really solid. I'm definitely pulling. I'm gonna pull 2 pages, and I don't think I'll go more. 2 pages. I hope I'll get OB6. If I don't get OB6, that's fine with me. I can leave it at OB whatever. Because I do have an OB10 Power Soul, so that's almost as good as OB6 Bahamut Fangs. So we'll see where I get. But yeah, that's all for this video. Please let me know if you're pulling or what you think about this banner. If you agree with me or disagree with me on certain things, let me know in the comments. And other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.